Start taking notes.
What's up, everybody? Sorry, we had a lot of little issues with the sound and all kind of stuff in the computer. So figured out a workaround. What's going on? Press the thumbs up, share the buttons, share the message. Uh, we're gonna open up the show today. We'll open up the show today, but right now I just want to kind of lay a foundation. What's going on, everybody? This is Super Mike 2164, and we're just going to talk about a little replacement theory. We're going to talk about some of the other topics that's been in the news and stuff like that, and poverty, the strikes. There's all sorts of stuff going on, right? I just been working, just like any other regular normal person. And we've been out there trying to experience life and get ahead, gaining assets, figuring out how to educate our family and how to develop our people. That's what I'm out here doing. That's what you should be out doing. Uh, just trying to learn what the truth is so we can make proper decisions, right? So, that's pretty much it. So I don't know how this is going to work out. This hopefully it should be fine because right now I'm just hold on a second here. Yeah, so right now we're just going to just go over some news stories and stuff like that. I've been actually looking at several issues, of course. Like I said, I dropped the replacement uh, video yesterday. And we'll talk a little bit about that today. But of course, the migrant crisis, right? Everybody knew this was happening. And I think they create these crises because what they do is they sit up there, they make these plans on how they're going to trick the people, and then what the people are going to do, how they're going to herd the people into, the decisions that they already want you to make. So basically, they have a set of decisions that they want you to accept. But of course, they can't just tell you to accept it because you would say no. Because they're not good decisions for you. They're better options. So what they had to do is they had to create these problems that they have these certain set of solutions for. Okay. And then they let the problem kind of exacerbate a little bit, and then you sit up there and you worry, they create this air of confusion, and then next thing you know, oh well, here's the solution. We have to get jobs for these people. That's the problem. They're sitting on the streets. They're sitting on the streets. They're having all these issues, and these people don't have work. That's what they need. They need work. So if they would have asked you straight up, do you want 600,000 migrants out here competing for the jobs that there's enough Americans to do, and there's like a lot of unemployed Americans, and there's a lot of homeless folks, and then our wages are stagnant. They haven't went up in the wages, but they went up in the prices of everything. All the inflation is increasing, yet your wages are stagnating. So they don't want the pressure on them to increase your wages, but they want to keep increasing the prices. Wow. So what do to undercut and undermine your ability to negotiate for higher wages? Oh, here go a lot. Here you go, a million, 11 million, or whatever, 12 million, folks that we've been beating and killing, and destabilizing their countries for the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Okay, we can invite some of them up, but not the black ones. We're trying to get rid of these black ones we have here. So we want these, or we can deal with the brown ones, or especially the whiter ones, those mestizo types. We can bring those folks up here, and then, we can probably, get them to become white like us. So we know this is the program. We know this is the basic outline of the program, because let's listen to the current president talk to black folks before he actually got the seat of the president. He was elected, but
this country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 20.
So right there, what does that mean to you? It's doomed, not just because of African Americans. So basically, he says something without actually saying it. He says basically, it's doomed because of African Americans, but not just because of y'all. Why else? Why? It's because of black people, but why else is it doomed? Doom. Do you understand what doom means? Doom means it ain't coming back. So I don't know what y'all worried about, trying to save this and save that, and who's going to get elected in these national offices. This man sits here and says the whole thing is doom and gloom, baby. This is the one you guys elected to lead you. Anyway, let's keep it moving for a little bit. Why else besides black people is it doomed? Because we won't sit here and stay slaves, huh? We won't sit here and keep just giving you our money for free, letting you keep killing us without saying nothing, coming up with all these death plots, crack, weed, hoochie mama crap, all of these plots against the male and the female to divide and conquer us in our homes and stuff. Why else is it doomed?
40. This country is going to be minority white.
So not only because of black Americans, but because
by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me?
You're too stupid to hear him. He gotta let you know twice. You hear him? Did you hear him? You dumb Negroes. You stupid freaking Negroes that's sitting out there listening to me. Yeah, get your ears up, Negroes. Boys, gals. You hear me? See, it's doomed because, yeah, he's going to build back better. Yeah. See, that's what that's what they're doing to them. See, they're building it back. See, it's doomed, but to them, they're going to get rid of y'all little troublesome Negroes. Man, y'all troublesome. You know how many death plots we had over the last 100 years? It didn't work shit. Okay. So we're going to rebuild this country. We're going to rebuild the labor force in this voting block better, though. We're going to get them old mestizos down there. Them brown, Latin, Spanish talking folks. A lot of them look white. They love us being white. They want to stay white, So, I mean, we got to break these little things down because there's a whole philosophy behind these sorts of statements.
2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me?
See, he's specifying the type of white. See, because there's several types of white. It's going to be a minority white European. That's doomed for him. That is doomed for him. So, because it's going to be a minority white European, we're gonna have to get this white Latin, this white Hispanic. He's still white, but it's a white Hispanic. And keep in mind, white is not an actual color. So we need to understand these things when we're talking about racial categories. This is what confuses a lot of black folks and a lot of people out there. They are arguing over actual color. Y'all talking about race as if it's actual genetics. No, it's about a social status to keep a certain group of people in power. Yeah, y'all little boys and girls. Yeah, boy. That's how he think. Y'all need to understand this. This is what I don't understand about a lot of us. And the thing is, and I'm just gonna tell you because I'm gonna drop the link in a minute, Leroy. But the thing is, I'm gonna say it straight up. This is on both sides of this aisle thing. I know it's hard for us because, see, what it is this: when you have a belief and a feeling, but then the actual facts of the subject actually start to kind of go against your belief and your feeling, you don't want to let the feeling go, but it keeps the actual results keep on telling you, like, maybe I'm wrong. But, and what ends up happening is we have to allow that wrong, the understanding and the acceptance of, okay, this is how it really is. All of these people like this. Now, how are we going to get our benefit? See, the only loyalty that you can keep strong to without having to get betrayed. When I say betrayed, it's basically that, not that you won't get challenged, but it's basically like this is the expectation. Is you're gonna have to be loyal to your roots in the group that you have been born into. That's the one that you can work with, because a lot of this other stuff, all these other different categories and stuff that they got us in, man, this is all confusion. Yeah, all of this little boy and gal and all of these coalitions and all of this stuff. I mean, it can work, but the thing is, it's so many different divisions of people that they can move in and out. Black folks, y'all can only be really black in, you can, everybody's got to help you. So the thing is, when it gets too hard, when the pressure gets too hot, people don't have to be black no more. They can just turn back into whatever they is. They could be white, they could be Mexican, they can be something else. But you gotta stay black. So my thing is, it's like, just stay black and just keep struggling and developing your folks. And when when I'm dealing with voting, it's just like, dude, it's like, okay, can this help us in any way? So winning is also, we're going to talk about some more of it, but let's finish this here because we're going to deal with this Charlemagne. I didn't loop it the right way though, but
minority, white, European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics.
See, y'all are slaves. He's telling you, you guys are got to start working with Hispanic white people. That's what he's talking about. So Hispanic whites. Because what?
Who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
See how he said that? Who make up a larger population of the portion than y'all do. And he's going to make sure of that. See, that's his job, to make sure that those Hispanics make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do. See, because y'all black thinking people, y'all blacks, y'all have to be kept at bay. This is the whole, I'm trying to tell some of y'all, the whole agenda of the corporate United States situation is to keep the black people who think black and who want to develop the black folks. You must be kept at bay at all costs. See, this is a global agenda. Y'all don't realize how important y'all are. The black people in America, as soon as you spearhead yourself to that power point where they can't just dismiss you, remove you, and Tulsa, Oklahoma you, and just move. And once you get to the spear point where the black American can just get a hold to some straight up power that they can't just move. Once you get there, to them, they're dead. It's over for them, because to them, they already know what we're thinking. We're gonna start building our power. We're gonna stop all this. They're gonna have to be held accountable for all of the crap that they do. You know, they go kill us, they're gonna get punished severely. See, that's what power does. See, that's where you're supposed to be trying to get to, black people. The place where they're scared to let you. So don't be walking around here. Yeah, he gave them 500,000 of them citizenship. Actually, it was TPS. So, you know, let's see. Now you're gonna have to get that article if it's a different thing. That if it's talking about the Venezuelans, it was 472,000. He gave them an additional years on the temporary protective status so that they can compete for your jobs and they can work and they can remain here, basically, without nobody messing with them. So that's what, that he gave them. But let's go through the whole video. But this thing here, we just need to understand the mentality behind this. And keep in mind, guys, I'm about to drop the link in a minute. I just want to drop down a couple little videos so that we can have discussions on the topics.
With Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of.
Let me start this again.
White. This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of.
Oh, not that one. Hold on. We got some more stuff. I got flipped off on the wrong one.
Well,
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
Now listen to those stupid Charlemagne begging the enemy. This man, anyway, he did an interview and the time wasn't up. He's going to cut Charlemagne off short. Okay, I just clipped this. I didn't really do too much. You see Larry Elder. I was going to show Larry Elder when he blasted Charlemagne for allowing this. But I just, it was too much. But
I do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm in.
Such a lame excuse, liar. Listen to this again.
I do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
Listen,
That was so lame. Bro, that was lame. His wife got to go on at 6 o'clock. You got a major national, international, 5 million subscribers, viewers meeting over here with the black constituency, which is the foundation of your Democratic Party. These people respect this show here, and you got to cut the black media off because your wife got to. Come on, don't y'all got 2 little stream yards in the White House? That was so lame. But let's keep it moving. Oh my God. So I try to get through these things.
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. You ain't black. You ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights.
And son, a picture-perfect family.
Not that one. Man, it's a video I'm trying to find. But this man gonna tell you you ain't black. He determines if you black. See? Damn. This is what we're dealing with here. Also, I wanted to talk about this if we get time. This situation where, of course, one of the biggest things that they got us uh, distracted with, but it's in a very important attack that we must um, deal with, and that's the attack of the between the men and the women. This is a serious attack, even though it's just to destabilize our community so that they can continue to manipulate us. But this attack, it can destroy a lot of generations. It can mess up a lot of kids, and especially for some reason, it seems like it's very easy to confuse the women with some of this stuff. But here it is. This is some of the worst advice that you can ever take. Here is the worst advice you can take.
And bills, he can't say nothing. Okay, nothing, because he's just a roommate. Okay, so you as a woman, if you're married, single, whatever, if your man is not paying every bill in that house, do whatever you want. Okay, he don't run nothing up in there. Okay, just so you know, unless he's paying every single bill and every one of your bills, he doesn't run anything. Stop caring so much. If he doesn't like you wearing a certain thing, put that thing on and walk out. If he doesn't like you wearing weave and makeup, put the weave and makeup on and walk out. If he don't like you getting nails done this long or with like red nail polish on it, get your nails red and long. If he doesn't like you wearing certain types of clothing or shoes, put them on and walk around and like you don't run nothing over here. Okay, I don't like when you do A, B, C, and D. Paying all them bills, he can't say nothing. Okay, nothing, because he's just a roommate.
Yeah, so that right there is the way that you end up probably like her, who's just single. That destroys the marriage and relationship, and we end up with stuff like this.
And she spends her.
We need a pizza. I was gonna make this video, but we'll just do this here. That's who you got. How we gonna get this pizza? We don't know. How we gonna get it? Oh, we got sperm, baby. We can make some money with this damn sperm.
And while she's sitting around running around talking about my husband and the father of my children, and she spends her weekends peddling through sperm banks, looking through catalogs to try to find a donor. Honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that.
Damn. What you gonna say? That cup. Anyway, so let me go drop this link, guys. What's up, Leroy? We about to get it on and make this thing happen. Yeah. Hold on a second like that. And yeah, and this is for everybody. Y'all can come up if y'all want to. We want to drop the link. Yeah, I just was battling. This is not my normal configuration, so it's kind of all over the place. And I'm gonna drop the link over here on Facebook just in case the folks on Facebook want to get on and check it out. Y'all, all you have to do is hold on a second. You want to come on, just hit this link that I'm about to drop, and there it is on Facebook too, so y'all can hit it. And make sure you guys press the little like button and thumbs up. You can hit the chat, say what you want. If you got a comment on what are we saying and talking about, it always helps the show. We appreciate that. And like I said, I do appreciate y'all sharing the show because it does help. It does help. And now I'm kind of confused. Okay, here I am. Yeah, because this thing is, I gotta get a better computer. But that's a very dangerous attack. When you got people thinking that it's better to go, instead of getting a human being to have as your partner, your mate, even if you had to get a divorce, how is that better to go, swimming through sperm banks? What if you get this? What if you get those? They need a pizza. You swimming through sperm banks, and then your kid come out looking weird, bro. What's wrong? That don't make sense. So that's the kind of stuff that people got going on nowadays. Hold on a second. Okay, here you go.
What's happening?
What's up? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Wee. Boy.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to go on and drop that layer, Elder. You ought to go on and drop that layer, Elder. Because, hey,
Elder.
right. Charlemagne thought he was doing something and pinning Elder in a corner and found himself in the corner with Sonny Houston in the same corner 2 weeks later. It's funny how they try and put you somewhere and end up there themselves.
Yeah. I'm gonna get Larry's down here. I'm gonna see what he up to because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even look at it because I know what he said. I know what he said. Because he blasted Charlemagne for letting this old racist bag of bones Biden claim that he wasn't black because you don't vote for him and all this whole stupid stuff.
Like voting and voting for a white man determines my blackness.
That was just so stupid. But this is what this old dog,
Look, man, look, Mike, I get you when you say, we need to be with our own because that's what it's gonna come down to. But people like Charlemagne and Sonny, they look like us. We can't work with them. We can't work with Wolfie if we can't.
You see, the thing is though, when you understand what's actually how the flow is gonna go, then you understand that. For example, it's like this. If you look at the Democrats, Republicans, right? White ones, basically. Okay, so for a long time, I mean, they've been arguing for a long time, right? They've been working together, so they work together. I don't care how crazy and insane their arguments are between each other, and a lot of them do hate each other. They will shoot each other. Some of them.
Hey, check out the APAC conference.
Yeah,
you'll see how much they work together.
Yeah, but they work together because this is what they created. And the whole their system is designed to accommodate their arguments, because their arguments are arguments towards the same ends. I'll say it that way. It's really about methodology most of the time. Now, currently, it's different because, if you really want to go through the history and all that kind of stuff, then you start finding out that really the arguments have been about how best to suppress the black folks and what to do with the Negroes. I mean, they were arguing that since the Civil War and even before. I'm not going through the whole thing, but I mean, when you boil it down, most of your major different, developments was basically the argument, just like what the Civil War was. The Civil War was what to do with the Negroes. Stop the slave.
Well,
that's what it was about.
That was a question posed by, if I'm not mistaken, an Italian reporter when the Pope came to visit, when Obama was still in office. This was, on the heels of what happened to Freddie Gray and Trayvon Martin, right. The list of names we could go through. And the reporter said, and asked the Pope, well, what about the Negroes? Just like that. You know what Obama did? Because he was sitting right there. He waved his hand to the left and said, no more questions. And that was the end of the interview.
See, that's one thing that
we can't work with black people like that.
Well, that's exactly, because actually Obama even said that's not how this country works. He told Ta-Nehisi Coates that. He said reparations is not for black people, is not how this country works.
We should have been done with him as a
But
whole
it's
right
not,
there.
the thing is, it's like this. When we're working to advance a cause, it takes a lot of effort. You know, you do a lot to try to advance a certain cause, especially a bigger cause than yourself. It's something that's probably not going to be finished, you know, before your lifetime is done, because it's a very big agenda. So you want to really real careful of the kind of agenda that you give your effort to. So when you see people like a Whoopi or Roland Martin or Barack Obama, they have decided to work in, because they believe, they have made this calculation that they're supposed to work to advance XYZ cause. And it's actually in opposition to what would be the best reality. But to them, they don't believe that it could happen. Like, for example, like I said, the black folks actually, you know, gain hold of actual power and, you know, can hold others accountable for things that we as a collective, you know that they need to be held accountable for. People like Obama or Whoopi or Charlemagne, they don't actually think that that's possible. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get theirs while they're around, and because, you know, we don't know when, you know, justice could be done. You know, you got black folks that coming out of jail 48 years, 40 years for stuff they didn't even do.
Yep.
You got entire countries, and even, you know, the thing is, like I said, if black folks had some power to start holding some people accountable, a lot of those wars down there with that drug stuff, all that crack and all that stuff, black people knew that crack was coming in from the government. We were saying that back then.
Yeah.
We knew it.
Yeah.
Who the hell that stuff accountable?
What drug dealers in the hood got planes?
Right.
And
We
the
would've
stuff
held
ain't
that's accountable, and
the
we would have got that stuff stopped, and those guns they were shipping to all of these drug lords down there, that would have stopped, and those little revolutionaries that was trying to get their countries in order to where they could live down there peacefully, they would have, because there was so many of those. If you start I was looking at some of that stuff, you know, this different, like, because I'm like, why are these people coming up here? And you know, they killed so many of their good leadership. That's what it is. The place is unstable. They give the money and the power and the guns to the crazy nuts, the homicidal nuts down there. They give them the guns. And then the good, smart leaders who actually care about the people and all that kind of stuff, they, you know, try to take money from them and, you know, make them weak. And so obviously the place turns into a hellhole.
yeah,
That's what's
yeah.
happening. But those people are educated in the United States. They're educated in I forgot this.
Castro was educated here.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's so some of them, like I said, some of them decide to, you know, I guess try to do better by their people. But then some of them, no, they're like, we're gonna just, you know, get what's ours, get our money.
Yeah, we'll be on top.
Just personally. Just because they see the trend, and they feel they're doing the same thing as Obama and Charlemagne. And there are some people that's going to make that decision, like, you know what, the United States is too strong. If I start acting like right and trying to help people, then I'm gonna end up just like all these other people. And my family's gonna have to run away and all this crazy stuff that they had to do, that they put all these other leaderships through. So really the real problem, that's why I said, like, I know we be getting mad at like people like Charlemagne and Roland Martin and all those. And I mean, it's good to get mad at them because you got to put pressure on them. But in the back of our mind, we got to understand they would not have a leg to stand on if it wasn't for that main enemy. That's the one you got to really put the real smoke on, because if you're pushing the agenda, once you take out that base, all those other little, they are just little sycophants. They ain't nothing. They're like leaves. That's like chopping off leaves.
More like leeches.
Okay,
but I think you give them a little bit too much credit. I don't think they think about it that hard. That I may have to run, so yeah, let me just go on and sell out. No, I think they have already. I don't think they give it that much thought. It's normal to them.
Maybe. But when I was saying that first, I was talking about the actual ones in Latin America, the sellouts in Latin America.
Yeah, I'm talking about the sellouts here.
Yeah. I know you're talking about them now. Those you're probably right about them. They don't give that much thought because they're just trying to get money. So they're selling out for money and stuff like that. But the ones in Latin America, they are really kind of selling out because it's carrot and stick. I mean, like I said, we don't really go over their history as much, but I was looking through some of their stuff, and I mean, just the work of the CIA. Like I said, one of these times, just look up the United Fruit Company. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go ahead and look it up real quick. Just this to show.
You talking about how they switched from apples to bananas?
No, just the power. See, because down there, their power is their land. Their power is growing and stuff and shipping, things like that. And the United Fruit Company was a company down there that like Chiquita Banana. See, look at that. Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, that's the story. I thought it was.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at this little story. I'll try this here. So it's basically saying how the United Fruit Company shaped the world. Let me show it on screen here. No, because these are little stuff that I can't get too angry at little bitty nothings, because I know that they're just people that have made a different calculation, and of course they are an enemy. So I'm not. But the thing is, they are literally specifically designed as a buffer to protect the main root, because that main enemy, if you take him down in the eyes of the people, then all of the behaviors will have to adjust, because now that leaves all of the leaves and all the little branches. That leaves them exposed. That's the reason why there's certain, like, you can tell the sycophant Mark Davis. You can tell this man is either working or something. Oh man, I can't see.
Or have pledged allegiance.
No, he ain't working, because his certain topics he won't allow to
just go by
without a response. Right.
Yeah. Can't help it though.
And it's usually, and he's in the Democrats for real, because he, like I said, there's certain, I don't even know if I can show my screen with this thing because of this. Oh my God, it's so irritating. All right. Because like I said, my whole computer tripped out. So let's see if I can try this again. Let me see. Ooh, select window on screen. Oh, yeah, I think I can do this. Oh, wait. Let's try this. All right, so there we go. All right, so let's look at this here. Boom. Nah, but the thing is, yeah, these people, you like I said, when you study how they run it, the CIA, and how they control large groups of people, they have a system. So they actually have study this, and they know how to do it, right? So it's a pattern. You can see it, and they ain't gonna change the pattern because it probably took a while for them to perfect it or whatever. But they do the same thing. They always got to see who's able to be a sellout, and then also the people who stand strong. They got to break them. Now, some of them will sell out because they always do the carrot and stick thing. So, like, you, Leroy, you're talking real big and bad, and you're going to stand on your square, right? So they're going to, number one, they threaten. Well, first off, they're going to offer you money. That's the first thing they do. They offer them money because that's the sellout. That's the easiest one to manipulate. If you just break over just money, then they like you the best because they don't really have to, because you will just straight up bow. Now, if you say, well, I'm not going to take the money, I want what's best for the people. Then what's going to end up happening, of course, now they're going to threaten you. They'll threaten your money and they threaten your family. And then if you're strong enough, if you will stand strong even after they threatened your family and your life, then you are dangerous to everything they're trying to do. And you're not going to find too many of those people because the people don't know how to protect those type of people. They're very rare. And that's why I said, like, if you're going to see people like, like I said, Charlemagne or, whoever, I don't know. Let's say Robert Patillo and all these type of people, they're just going to, they're going to just, hold on a second. Yeah, they're just going to fold. They're going to fold. That's it. You still there?
No, Robert Tillo is definitely one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So let me go through some of this. I'm just not going to read the whole thing, but I just wanted to show everybody about just to do some research for yourself. It's just like big oil or big tech. So
yeah, I'm here. You got two voices.
I do. Oh, is it? What's up, BMT? I'm not attacking Mexicans. I like them. Yeah, BMT said, BMT, why I'm attacking Mexicans. Hey, is my voice split up, Leroy?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I was going to read through some of this.
Yeah, it is.
It's clear now, or was it acting up a little bit?
Yeah, it's acting up.
Oh, okay. Let me just stop it.
You might want to close some windows.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop this screen share. That's what it is. Yeah, that's all it is. It's that damn screen share. But I'm gonna read that fruit thing. No, because it's just like yeah, he said on back to master and he'll forgive you. No, they're not. They ain't gonna forgive nobody. You are being replaced. That's it for y'all. Y'all think, okay, come on back and do a little work. Take
Oh no. Hey, look,
go ahead.
When Tucker Carlson said it, black people took that to mean that they're coming to replace white people. Man, they're trying to replace all Americans.
Right. At the same time, they really want to replace those labor class types. See, because okay, and that's why I said like that's why I always, when I say stuff, I ain't always right. Of course, I'm wrong a lot. So I tell people that straight up. I'm wrong a lot. So, but the reason why I think I'm right a nice amount of time though, I'm kind of steering towards right, is because number one, once it's made clear to me that I'm wrong, then I will say, damn, I was wrong, and I will go right to the right thing. So I ain't gonna stay wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's one saving grace I think I got. And then the other thing is when I say things, I actually get them from somewhere. So I don't just feel it and make it up and then just start saying it. Because that to me makes you you're going to be wrong way more. So the thing is, like the replacement thing, it's like this. So after the little war, right? They didn't have you as no slave no more. So they got to get that labor. They had to replace that labor, right? So that's where they got the Europeans, the white Europeans, right? They start bringing them into New York. Immigration. That's when the immigration started hitting up. So now, like you said, the ones that the black ones done broke bad, and now the white poor ones done broke bad. Y'all sitting up here wanting to strike. You want more money. You're getting sick and tired of being sold out. So now that's the ones they want to replace. So, that's what the replacement thing is. They got to replace that, frustrated labor class. And that's who they, so that's what's up. That's what they're doing. But that's the same thing they did. And like I said, with this fruit company, they was down there killing all of their good leaders and stuff like that, who wanted to negotiate it with that fruit company, so that way that they could get it for cheap. And they can get all of those lands. They bought all those lands, and they just basically reigned of terror for 70, 80 years down there with that fruit companies. And so that's what's going on there. So that's what's up there. But that's the main thing. Like I said before, I can't show it all because my Chrome, because usually I have two different windows, and this Chrome, it be tripping. And so, is it still acting up, Leroy? The voice? Let me see. I hate my voice be acting up.
Not right now, no.
Oh, okay, so it's going clean. Yeah. But
Well,
yeah.
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's still muddy. I mean, I can hear you. Both of them are coming in clear, but it's a delayed replay.
Hold on a second, man.
Happens simultaneously.
All right, so how's that sound?
I just heard my simultaneously, but it seems like it's clear
Maybe that's
now.
because I wonder if it's on your speaker. Is it? Think that?
You think it's on my end? You want me?
Because
You know what?
Because you sound clear to me, and yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna come out and go back in.
All right. Yeah, y'all let me know if anybody else on. Let me know if if you're getting a clear signal. But like I said before, I just like to try to bring out some important topics just for us to think about and research on. It's a lot of little detail out there, and everybody thinks they're right. Like I said, we are right in our minds, but we want to try to root it in something that's actually true so that we can make some good decisions. And like BMC said, I actually love Mexican people. I work with them, and it's not really their fault. What these people are doing, though, is they're organizing two sets of poor people so that they could have you both fight over some scraps. And then the best one wins. That's how that's how they do it. You ain't going back to Massa. He ain't taking you back, bro. Cause he's like, I got AI, I got robots, we're going to replace the humans. That's what's going to happen. That's what's happening. And so, this is what we need to deal with. I mean, the homeless crisis is going on. You got the homeless. I got the little homeless thing of 2023. As you should see the homelessness happening, especially, of course, it's always been happening in California and on the West Coast, but it's serious. It's real serious. And now they're bringing in folks from another country, and all of these folks on the street homeless. I don't understand. I never understood how come they didn't get them to pick fruit for money. That to me would be real easy. You can get them to do fruit or vegetable picking and give them some money. They can have them a pop-up tent right there. And they can just do the little they could just do the little the circuits from farm to farm. But of course they don't want that. They want those people to be, kind of just lost. And so as you have all of these lost American people, what's going to end up happening? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, once you have all these lost American people, then what's going to end up happening here is these Latin people who are being given subsidies. They've been given TPS, which is temporary protective status. They have their political. They always get in the political positions. I was reading some stories over there about where BMT's from in South Carolina. How they take the land from the people is they always incorporate your jurisdiction into their wider jurisdiction. Once they incorporate your jurisdiction into their bigger jurisdiction, they have their politicians in the key positions, like the zoning department, the rules department, and all of these different councils within the area. And then what they're going to do is they're going to start making laws and rules to make it harder on your type of people and make it easier on the type of people that they're trying to incorporate into the system. That's how they do that. And that's how you get replaced. That's how you get, systematically just taken, your land get taken, and you thinking it's all your fault because either you're stupid or something like that. But what you have to do is, if you notice when black folks, I know when I was in Detroit, when black people became the mayor of Detroit, when black people got control of the water systems in Detroit, when black people got control of, the city councils and all that, white folks left. They moved out. In Georgia, when black people got too much control in Atlanta, in Fulton County, and all these other counties, the white people, they became Sandy Springs. They separated their jurisdiction so that they can run it, because they're not about to let you have the rule-making power over their jurisdiction. That's how they do, because that's how they're not going to let, what's up? There you go. Yeah, they're not going to let us have the jurisdiction and rule-making power over their jurisdictions, because that's what would we do once we realize what to do. That the same thing that they do when they have jurisdiction over our rule-making. They're going to make it easier for them to own and to make it harder for you to own. That's what they do. And we need to learn that lesson as a group of people. You ain't going to never be able to go back there to Massa. It's over for that. That's done. He said the country is doomed, and it's because of you. Leroy, you there? I can't hear you if you're talking. If you're talking, I can't hear. So there's no sound. Type in the back chat if you can hear me. Yeah. But, you know, I wish I could show the screen better without making a problem. Let me see here. Let me see if I can do this other screen share. Okay, there it is. There you go. You got two of them. Can you hear on one? Can you talk? I can't hear you on neither one of them. Yeah, I still can't hear you on neither one of them. Yeah, but let me see if I can do something here. All right, let's see if this works better. So this is the state of homelessness. It's just state of homelessness. The unhoused crisis in the U.S. continues to grow. Homelessness has been an enduring challenge in the United States despite periods of the nation's economic progress. So y'all getting prosperity, these people getting homeless. Okay. Cars, RVs, campers, buses, tents used for shelters used to be the mark of the homeless encampments relegated mostly to communities like Skid Row, Los Angeles, and other similar smaller communities across the country. But numbers of unhoused individuals and families are growing as evidenced by tent cities. Now, instead of having these people pick the fruit, do some work, do the work so that they can actually earn monies and you build up the economy in some of these areas, you will get folks from way in another country, have them walk all the way up here and do it. So they're saying how the counts and rates of by race, ethnicity. So Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islanders, these people are homeless at 121.2. And then you got the Black Americans, then American Indians, multiracial, you know, Hispanics, and then whites, and then Asians. The cost burden renters reached an all-time high. You know, this is just what the state is of America. So I don't think that Massa got the capacity to take nobody back. I don't think they got the capacity no more. It's pretty much one and done. And I'm gonna show this. We're gonna move on to this subject because I want to touch on this. I'll see if y'all come up later. But one of the things that I wanted to touch on is, let me see here. I think it's this one. People, blackmail, sperm, and all this old weird stuff. Oh yeah, this is you see the sperm bank thing. The problem between the men and the women. This right here is going to mess you up too. The Maui fires didn't help. Exactly. Yeah. But this problem between the men and the women, that destabilizes you because it makes you not focused on what the actual problems, how to solve the problems. Because, I mean, we had a capacity to solve these problems. Like I said, but you're not going to have to see if you just focus on your men and women of your group, then you can survive with each other. You don't need nothing else. You don't need nobody else. All you need is your men, your women, your area, and you just need to start coming together and building. Now, if you're going to rely on on another community, that's what's going to complicate a lot of stuff. Now, you can work with another community. So we're not talking about hating. Working with people is different from relying on them because you need them to do something. Otherwise, you are gone and they still are around. Yeah. Right, this economic world forum. See, all of this stuff really is just smoke and mirrors. When you start understanding the position that the black people, that's why they're going crazy over Africa. Africa is starting to assert itself. That's a place where they can't steal people. They can't steal no more. They can't steal the people's labor. They're not going to be able to steal the resources like that. They're going to have to pay if they want those resources. Otherwise, they're going to suffer. And they don't have time to be fighting in Africa and fighting Russia and fighting in China. No. They're going to have to pay. So this is what I'm saying. That's why we need to understand where our position is too, because we have the ability to negotiate. Because our labors, it's not just your labor. So they're going to try to replace your labor by bringing in Paco and them. But, Paco and them is got a whole different cultural dynamic going on. And, Paco and them is going to change the whole system to be like them. And, I don't know if the average white person is going to be able to deal with that. Maybe they can, maybe they won't. You never know. But the point is, there's still room for us to develop our stuff. Now, the stuff that I'm talking about here, I know I was over there on Q Brothers channel a little while ago, and all they do is argue about nationalists and internationalists. Q Butter is a productive person, though. He does have a school. Dr. Mod has a school. But, when they get into these arguments, it's almost like the manosphere. They get into this argumentative little phase where all they want to do is argue about everything. It's not, and I guess it's fun sometimes, but like I said, it's just sometimes when the answer is no reason to sit up there and argue. But to me, these type of subjects, these are about, our plans. These are our strategic plans to how we're going to, move, how we're going to acquire a community, how we're going to start, educating our children, the type of work we're going to do, the type of mentality they're going to have, so that we can conserve the stuff that we got, the little stuff that we got, and we can grow it. Because currently the culture in Black people, we give everything we get away. We give everything. We don't understand that, everybody is not going to do it like you're going to do it. They're not going to reciprocate like you're going to reciprocate. See, the good thing about, like I said, the thing about like a Barack Obama or a Patillo or Barack or Roland Martin or something like that is, if they are enemy, it's so easy for us to point them out and see them. It's so easy for us to see them, because just like every other Black person, we just believe in what we're saying, and so we just put it all out in the open. But a lot of other groups are not like us. They're not easy to see. You can be doing all you can for the cause, and then they'll just sell you right on out because they don't feel nothing to you. And it's not even at all. And there's no consequence for them to sell you out, because they're not really selling nothing out. That their whole culture is stealing your labor. That's why I said it's actually more productive for us to concentrate our loyalty and our efforts on developing our own people. Yeah. What's up? Can you hi, go ahead and try to talk now. I still don't hear you. Man, the mic is on. Still no sound though. Yeah, there's no sound. I'm gonna try to find this one clip before we head off. Like I said, it could be my computer too. I don't know, because this thing, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it by the time I do another live though, because I guess I hadn't did a live in so long that the thing is just it's tripping. Let me see. I want to find this one clip because I just want y'all to see the cultural difference here. I might not be able to get it. I might have to show it straight off of Twitter or something. Let me see if this works. No, because when you have an immigration policy and you don't require people to take your tests, to learn about your country, to learn about, how you got the system going here, then they come in here and they're not going to respect what's here already. That's where you're introducing your biggest problem. That's where you're going to introduce your big problem. And, we're seeing it already, but, it's going to be real. It's going to be real big. Oh, there you go. I think this is going to. Go ahead, talk.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. It was your headphone.
I guess, bro. I don't know.
I can hear you now.
It's hard at work. He don't want me contributing to this stream.
Yeah, I know. He's like, nah, bro. Nah, we can't have
Put
that.
that on lock.
Can't have that. Nah, but what do you think about that? Nah, because see, this is what people don't understand. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to feel threat when you see people invading your space or something you was told was yours. So now we got to ask our question, because I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, y'all lazy. Y'all should have took care of the business, and now here come Paco. He's gonna take over. It's all over for y'all, right?" And we're supposed to just
According
accept
to Biden.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the regular people, because we already know the agenda of the enemy. Biden, Obama, all of them, these people are the enemy. Really, that's why I'm telling you, like, I understand that we point them out, but at the same time, it's like we know what to expect from these people. I'm talking about the regular people that's caught up in this. Like, why would, that's my thing. Why are we actually put in that much, I don't know.
It's like Biden said, man, America is doomed. Not just because of black people.
And people sit up here and vote for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely, they do. Look, when he said that by 2040 America would no longer be a majority white European, they should have been cheering. That they should have clapped, absolutely clapped, and been like, "Hey, great! Now we don't have to. Our children won't have to listen to people like you berate them, because you won't be here.
Right?
You won't be here in 20 more years, or 25 more years.
Now think about this though, Leroy. Don't that fit? If you now, for you, that doesn't seem like a threat, but if you were a white European, how's that sound?
Oh no! Hey, no! How can it be a threat? I'm just repeating what he said.
I'm saying, if you listen to me, if you were a white European and you heard that, wouldn't that feel threatening to you? Not that he's threatening you, but that situation, the situation of being.
Oh yes, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I thought you meant as far as what I said.
No.
But I get it. Yeah, I mean they should, but he's doing everything, and because of that threat that he sees, that's why he gave 500,000 of them. What did you call it? TPA, temporary protective status.
Basically, like it's the official word. I read it yesterday. The official number was 472,000 new arrivals.
Yeah,
and
new.
Ended.
What about existing?
Yes,
existing arrivals.
The existing ones from just this one country, Venezuela, it was 246,000 already here, been working, right? And he just extended theirs. He extended theirs, and the new ones, that's 472,000. He gave it to them, so they can compete for the jobs.
And then they being shipped to New York. Here's some inside baseball I got from someone I know in New York. I spoke to them about what's going on up there, and they told me that Eric Adams is sending some of those migrants to Albany because he can't get help from the governor, Hochul.
Right.
So he's doing the same thing to the capital city in his state that is being done to his city from another state.
Well, that's what they're supposed to do, because that's what California has been doing that for a decade now. Like here in the city that I stay in, Stockton, but the city that we used to stay in, which was Manteca, they had homeless. California is full of homeless. A lot of these people, these are actually the white Europeans that he was talking about, but also there are the Latin types. Okay, so they be walking up and down the streets and all that stuff in freeways. Because we actually stay in the Central Valley, so it's not much to be hanging around, but they be doing these long walks, man. They be walking freeway, just it's a long way to anything too much, but yeah, they will take these folks and ship them out to this city. They just keep on shipping them. They just use them as little, I guess, weapons or something.
No doubt. Overload the system.
They put them on. They give them some food, right? So they feed them. They all get on this bus. You get to ride, 4 hours on this bus, this warm bus. You done ate. You can go to sleep. Stank all on the bus. Maybe they let you take a shower, and now you in San Diego. So now you gotta walk back, and then the people on in San Diego, you mad? They get mad at that. So now here's another chance for you to go back up to Sacramento. So that's another 6-hour ride on a bus, and you done ate then. So that's what they do. They send them to Nevada. They be sending them people all over the place to Arizona. This is what they do, man. And now it's starting to happen in Chicago and New York and all that stuff.
I expect this soon to be happening here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The mayor here has rolled out bring them.
Idiots.
Unbelievable.
Meanwhile,
they're trying to go up on property tax.
Yeah, because they got to pay for them. You got to realize they cost money. See,
well, how about this? Don't send 120 billion to Ukraine.
Well, see, the thing is, that's the white Europeans that he want. He really want them. He can't let. He want them Ukraine. Plus, he got a bunch of secrets there in Ukraine. See, man, that's why I said
that's very well put.
Listen, when it all boils down to it, that's why I said what I said. And I said it basically boils down to these are a different group of people. This ain't us. See, our problems is bad enough. We got sellouts and divestors and all of this, gun violence and some bad behaviors and stuff like Suki. We got Suki and Sexy Red performing at dang on Morris Brown and Derek Bozeman sitting up there acting like it's okay. It's cool. I was like, really?
When did this happen?
For Morris Brown image all of this time, and they lost their accreditation. And then they got some accreditation back, and all of a sudden, now the type of student that you want, Suki and Sexy Red, people that talk about eating boo-boo out of men's butts.
Yeah.
This is what they talk about, man. And that is some of the most ratchet, just
disgusting. I'll say it.
even the kids don't listen to it. A lot of them, even kids don't listen to that. I've been listening. I'm trying to find out where these kids listen to that, because you know how even like with Cardi B, she's ratchet, but I can hear the kids saying they repeating her stuff. I'm listening to, even when Lil Kim and all of them was out, people, they ratchet, which is bad. And I can understand that the adults was, which they should be, demeaning or denouncing that stuff. But the people were still, I can hear the kids listening to it. Just like Tupac and all that, the gun music and all that stuff, Chief Keef and all of them. I can still hear the kids listen to it. But I don't even hear kids listen to that mess, eating butt and all that stuff. That's just something that they put out there to embarrass black folks. That's for outsiders to believe that that's what we about.
It's that and to promote evil. Doja Cat, you know who Doja Cat is?
Yeah, I heard of that too. Yeah, I never heard it.
I mean, I haven't heard her music either, but
I seen it.
Her dressed as a little devil.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it was something you did before that I seen that was crazy.
Oh, when she dressed like a cat, and instead of using words when she was questioned,
have you seen some kids listening to that?
Oh no, but her song "Demons" is #1 in the world, apparently.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I mean that is promoting the same satanic view that many other artists are doing. I mean,
right, and I understand that, and I mean I would denounce that too. They're supposed to be denounced, but my thing is I'm trying to see who listening to it. That's what I want to know, because even I know that most of these songs are evil. Okay, so that's just the bottom line now. But okay, some of them being listened to, but some of the stuff ain't even being listened to by kids. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand all of it need to be denounced, but even if the kids ain't listening to it, then why is it being put out? Why is it even getting played? Just like what's that boy what's that little gay boy that had
Lil Nasty X?
Yeah, who was listening to that? Even kids wouldn't.
The first song, it had everybody hooked, but the more he shares his lifestyle, his popularity has to be diminishing. Because look, my middle daughter told me that at her school, a classmate approached her because 2 other students were walking towards them, and her classmate said, "Oh, here come the Fruity Troops." So even the children recognize that it's something wrong when it comes to that. Though the children who have been reared correctly, we must say that, because there are a lot of children who are being coddled to, and if I mean you're out there in California. I'm familiar with what's happening.
Like that, like it's just like you, like I can say you're in Atlanta, and I know it ain't like it's just the promote. That's what I mean. It's like some stereotypes. The way
I mean, not even that, Mike. I was really talking about what the laws that have been passed. Well, if a child says, I was talking more of that end. I mean, not to negate what you're saying here, but we haven't gone quite that far. I mean, they've got in the city of Atlanta, the last mayor decided to make conversion therapy illegal.
See, I mean, great. How you gonna say that's a choice, but it's illegal to try to, if people who want to get out of that.
Yeah,
that's
you're
crazy.
Stopping them. Very. I mean, it's like they want you to listen when they want to change themselves, but only in the direction that they deem is correct. So if you are confused of your gender, you know, that
This is why their
they should
population going down.
they should be surrounded by cops and all placed under arrest.
No, they should just be demeaned, because really that's more effective, because they're being accepted and encouraged. You see, and
Yes.
just like you're saying, somebody's making it illegal, because a lot of those people they know they more likely to commit suicide. They got a lot of stuff these people are suffering from, but
Pre and post stop.
whole bunch of stuff they suffering from. But it's the messaging is like, oh no, you're doing the right thing. Everything must change for you. It's the same thing. It's just all of this policy. So this is what, if you get caught up in this, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the reason why I said what I said. Like, you ain't changing this. You ain't gonna vote nothing in that's gonna change this. You ain't nothing gonna change this, man. You because Trump, he ain't even old enough to change. Ain't nobody gonna change this. This is a trend. This is a trend that goes past generations and past people. So this is a trend that it deserves to fall and crash. It must crash and burn. It wouldn't be fair for this system to continue after all the evil that it has put on this planet. It wouldn't be right.
It's a trend that needs to come to a grinding halt.
Exactly. So, a lot of times we're sitting up here worried about this person and that person because, this was going to make good decisions, that's going to make bad decisions. Don't even worry about that. Like, I'm like, okay, whoever get in, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to elect the ones that make the worst decisions. Okay, so that's who they're going to elect. And so, who are you charged to teach and train and that kind of thing? See, because I just want our people to understand that we literally have each other. And I understand we'll be talking about this one and that one, and which is true, which we need to talk about the ones that are doing bad behaviors. But at the same time, they're not really that strong.
They're not because they can't stand. Look, they can't stand the scrutiny on their own programs before they'll talk to you and take the bullets that they have earned. They will leave you on hold.
Oh, yeah.
They will leave you on hold and never come to you and let someone else speak about absolute gibberish to avoid ever having to deal with someone who's going to hold them accountable. While Robert Patillo was telling us we need to hold these Democrats accountable, when he won't say, look, he actually said that, we need to hold them accountable to stop these politicians from, grifting and taking advantage of the system. But if you ask him, and I have, about Hunter Biden, he says, I don't give a damn about Hunter Biden. And well, how do you expect people to take you seriously?
He don't. He's just talking. He's just talking. See,
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
He just needs to be quiet now. Him and Rashad.
Yeah, they ain't got no
and that's why they run, because when they run up on the real conversation, they get exposed. They get flat out exposed. And these are the people who have degrees, who can't even win a debate. I mean, bro,
but see the degree,
I should have sent you the Neil deGrasse Tyson latest video where this man is an astrophysicist and is defending men and women competing in the same sport.
See,
but
But isn't that does? But see, when you understand what's actually motivating these people, see, that's what I mean. That's the reason why I'm like, we got to start accepting what we know. That's you know what I mean. Like the truth, you got to actually realize that's what it is. And
I
just
think
because they keep denying it, that's what their job is to do, deny the truth. But we know that it's really because, like you said, Charles Schwab, it's Bill Gates, it's really these money people. They have put out a program, carrot and stick. It's the same program basically. Like here's the goodies, here's the stick. You do what we say. That
you
is
get
what's
the goodies.
motivating them. That's the political science. It's not about the stuff that they tell us. See, they can say anything, but what they're going to actually do, that's what you got to look at.
Look, and are doing. I mean,
Mhm.
I think this would be a this would be a spot for George Carlin, where he said, "It's a big club, and you ain't in it, and you and I ain't in it." I mean, that's the only thing I can surmise when I see Travis Kelce, a man who is already rich from playing a child's game, do a Bud Light commercial. Then follow that up with a Pfizer commercial. It can't be about the money
Right. I
because you
mean,
have
yeah.
that. You've already had that. So why are you doing it? Because they choose to be in a club that they think is going to put them on top, but in the end, like the word said, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's going on. But like I said, I mean, you know, my thing is the way out, which is the answers that we got is just, you know, we just staying up on what's true, what's real. We point people out and everything, but at the same time, you know, the my thing is like, for example, you know, just proper educating, like teaching your children properly, making sure that, you know, we, you know, up ourselves on the skill category because this stuff, you know, this stuff is out here. These people, you know, going to do what they do. I mean, we can have fun and play games and stuff like that. So that's cool too. But at the same time, you know, it's getting pretty dangerous too. I mean, and this stuff is actually affecting money.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, it's
Man, I
affecting.
bought some aluminum foil today. It cost $14.
Damn, aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil. Well, at my bad, it was $12.99, but plus tax, you're looking at 13, more than a half, and that's right at $14.
Basically, yeah.
So for 375 feet of aluminum foil,
Hey, that's what's happening. That's what they.
yeah.
I mean, this is the situation. It's gonna get worse too. I think they're gonna collapse the economy.
Oh, no doubt. But check this out. What they have done to us as a people is what they're now doing to society as a whole.
Hmm.
Think about it. Think about it. You now have white people saying this is a two-tier justice system. How long have we been saying that?
Right. I mean, and
How
they
long?
deserve it. Yeah, because that's my point. That's why I said like you have to. They have to go through all that. But see, the thing is, what one thing I don't want us to get our people to get confused in is just because you got some white people that's going to start talking right now because they're feeling it. As soon as that pressure comes off of them, they're not going to be talking like that no more because they're not going to have those pressures. That's why I said in order.
So you think if Trump were to be the next president, then they'll no longer feel that pressure and won't believe that it's still a two-tier justice system?
A lot of them, yeah, they're not gonna act like that when it's their guy in the spot.
Then
Because
that's
you got to
for
realize that's that. I
then
mean,
that's
now listen. It's not every individual. So okay, so we got to be smart with what we actually how we understand stuff. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're talking on a general basis. When people feel pressure, that's what makes them move. We had situations in the wars where we had black soldiers right there in the foxhole with white soldiers. They both getting shot at, save each other's lives, right? In that war. Some of them did come home and still kept their loyalty to their friend that they made at war.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, there was reports that they came home and they went back to treating the black people badly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. They may treat their friend nice, but other black people,
right. Or and not even that. They just like I said, they had reports where Germans got the ride up front, and the black soldiers who saved the guys' lives, they still had to ride in the dirty back part of the train and all that kind of stuff. So we got those stories like that. So the point is this: we need to understand, like I said, you're going to continue to get disappointed if you keep on pouring into something that is going to steal it from you. You got to pour into your own group, just like everybody else do. And your group is your group. Just like it's very simple. Our people be wanting to make stuff so complicated and stuff like that. Just like Asian folks, they come over, they right away they see, okay, over there in China, I was arguing with that Japanese guy because of whatever we was arguing about. But over here in America, me and him look just alike. We gonna form this AAPI. We're gonna form this AAPI thing, and we're gonna get these benefits. And the same thing with Native American type tribes or whatever, Cherokees and
Blackfeet,
Navajos and Arapahoes and
Hoppies,
Muskogees and all this stuff. They was arguing and fighting for a long time before, but now they all the same. First Nations.
Yeah.
They're gonna form a coalition. Black folks, you need to be black. I understand everybody's, oh, well, black means dead. Black, all this old silly. Dude, it's very easy. Now, some of black folks is just not going to do it. And I understand that because it's a lot of confusion. But
those need to be expelled.
No,
they don't.
No, because they're expelling themselves. See, it's all about strategy. Here's the strategy. Let me tell you why. It's not about emotional stuff too much. It's about the strategy. Our best objective, this is what our best scenario would be. Everybody would see, oh, working together gets us the best results. Let's all be black because we black anyway. And black just means original. It's not talking about your actual hue. People be arguing over that. Well, I'm actually brown. Well, I'm actually yellow. Dude, seriously. We're not.
Your hair's still nappy.
We're not worried about that. That's not what it is. What
it's
it is
colorism.
Very simple. It's just it's what's called a racial category. That's what they have nowadays. We grew up in this. Okay, this is how we got to get what we got to get. We was all born. We went through the same similar situations. This is the path that we came, and that's why we look the way we look. Okay, that's it. You got a certain history. That's why you look like you look. Okay, so once the best scenario would everybody would just see that and would just get in. They would move with that in mind. But of course, that's not going to actually happen. So what your strategy should be is to build that thing up. You want those who agree, you want to get it there, and then you just keep pushing. And now those who, as time goes on, their parents did reject it, but now they want to get in. Now there's just a small price of loyalty to pay. That's all. Don't make it too crazy. They have a birthright. Let them come on in. It's just like with what you said with it's like in the Bible when was it the prodigal son, right?
Yeah.
Or it's just like with who else? Oh, I guess that is the same story. Prodigal son, basically, you know, when he came back and he was accepted, but the brothers and stuff, they were like, dude, I've been here all this time.
Yeah.
You just but see,
he went out, spent all the money,
yeah,
came back empty-handed, and you just welcome them back. Look, look, I'm not opposed to that. I'm talking about the specific ones who have absolutely no desire.
They won't.
And will not turn to that.
Those people have rejected themselves, though. So we don't even have to really worry about them because they're going to expose themselves, number one, because they're going to be talking all that stuff. And as things begin to work for our people, see, that's when they're going to want to come back. As you know, we start getting these little wins here and there. You know, let's say reparations, or let's say this or that. Then they're gonna start saying, "Hey, you know, I'm a part of y'all," and so
they ended our checks. I'm coming back.
They're not gonna do it. Those individuals, because they're gonna know how stupid they look, and they're not gonna want to suffer because they will suffer that immediate rejection. It's gonna be there, but you know, you gotta have that path for people because it's got to be about law and not feelings.
It has to be about law and not what?
Feelings. Because anytime, see, the problem with the United States right now is certain people are above the law because they got money and they're able to manipulate the system. So that's the reason why you have what you have right now. It's a broken system.
Now, hold on. Let me get in here. Not according to Fannie Willis. She said everyone's equal under the law and Trump will be treated no different. He was in and out of Atlanta City, Fulton County Jail in 20 minutes. Meanwhile, in the past 6 weeks, 6 people have died in that jail. And some of them never got a bond and had been there for months.
Dang.
Some longer than some months.
Dang.
But hold on, Fanny, you said everybody's getting treated the same under the law, but yet your own people don't. Even in the situation she's bringing charges now, the 2 black people, specifically the black man, when he came to see if he could get bond, they wanted to talk to him. He said, okay, well, I want a lawyer. And they walked out the room, came back and put him in handcuffs and took him to jail. What happened to talking to the lawyer? What happened to, talking about bond? None of that. 5 days later, once she realized what kind of optics she was putting out here, she made a way for him to get out. He finally got a bond and he was able to get out. But she didn't do that because she cared about her people. She cared about how it made her look.
But we knew that she was trash. They shouldn't have let Paul Howard out of there. And that's what I'm talking about. Like
Paul Howard just as bad as she is.
Not really. He wasn't.
Oh, dude, he was the one who.
Now hold on. Let me get in. Now listen, you gonna say some stuff that he did bad, so he's bad. But this is the thing that Paul Howard did that she showed that she wouldn't do. Paul Howard, he showed that he would prosecute the police when the police committed a crime. Fanny, when what's his name got killed, when the police stepped on the man's neck, killed the brother that was sleeping at Wendy's just because he was drunk and he didn't want to drive drunk, sleeping at Wendy's.
Rayshard Brooks.
Yeah, Rayshard Brooks. They killed him. They killed him wrongly. Stepped on his neck, shot him, said, I got him. Okay, shot him. He was drunk and he fought them. He took a taser, he ran off, he pointed it in the air, and he fired, and they shot him in the back while he was running away. Okay.
Paul Howard, Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor, fired those cops Paul Howard made slight efforts to give you the impression that he would prosecute, but this is the same Paul Howard, hold on, that back in the 90s, when a young black man was killed in Buckhead by a cop, and the cop said, well, the truck was stolen, but the truck ended up being his mother's truck, did nothing.
Okay.
And has continued to do nothing.
Okay, so the thing is though, these are opinions, and that's fine. But my
Oh
point
no,
is,
these are facts.
hold on.
I'm telling you exactly what happened.
Let me tell you the opinion part. The opinion part is this: he's just as bad as Fanny. That's
Absolutely.
the part. That's the part. That's the opinion. We're citing.
no.
We can go tit for tat about this and this and that.
He assigned Fanny.
You're gonna now. I know there's other stuff that Paul Howard has done because I've heard complaints about Paul Howard before. But all I was the whole point on this little issue that I was talking about is this: when you have somebody who's going to get you, who's ready, basically give you what you want, who's going to say, okay, at that moment in time, he was going to prosecute. He was showing the police department that they will be held accountable at that moment in time in 2000s, in the 2019, whenever that was.
And who did the police back in the race?
Hold on a second. They backed her.
Yes.
They backed her. Why? And she did not. She made a way for those police to get out.
So she recused her office
in that way. So that's all I'm saying. So the way she came in opposition to the will of the community,
the people,
on that issue. Now, like I said before, notice that I'm not arguing with you on the negative stuff that you said about Paul Howard, because it's very well true. Okay, so I'm not saying that's we're not disputing that portion. All I'm saying is this woman literally came in doing she came in doing straight up what she is doing. She's gonna go against you. She don't care nothing about what you think, complaining and talking about, oh, we demand this and we demand, Cop City. We don't care what y'all. We're gonna arrest all of y'all. Y'all are gonna be our slaves. You see what I'm saying? So, and right in your face. So at least that's my point. It's like if you're gonna elect somebody in your face like that, who gonna go against your will and side with the police, who is a minority, a servant of the people.
Man, look, Paul Howard only said that to try and get reelected, but careful with calling her this woman. That's a shero, and they're gonna say you're misogynistic and everything else. But let me share why they cannot be separated. Paul Howard from Fannie Willis. Paul Howard assigned her to prosecute teachers in the Atlanta public school cheating scandal. Mind you, there is one person left who would not take a deal. She is out on a 8-year appellate bond. She's been out of jail for 8 years. But yet, the past 6 weeks, 6 people have died at the jail that Fannie Willis and Sheriff Labat are in charge of right now. But yet they say and everybody the same under the law. Can't tell. None of those 19 people who went in there and came out died. But
and my thing is this. Why don't the people just forcibly remove them? Why? Because they're not ready yet. And that's all I'm saying is, like, you got to get the mentality of the people to where those type of things are not even something that could be had a conversation. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I mean. Like we're getting, you know, even though I disagree with Malak Ali, he's on Facebook. He says a lot of crazy stuff sometimes. But one thing he does say that's true. He was like, consequences is choices. You know, you deserve what you get. He says stupid stuff like that.
You deserve what you get.
These people, these are the results of the people having a weakness. There's a vast weakness over the mentality of the people. And so these kind of things can be gotten away with. You see what I'm saying? Because other than that, there was no way that. Now, I ain't saying, see, that's what I mean. Like, you can compare it like a Paul Howard and this Fannie lady. Yeah. You know, you're going to tit for tat with some negative stuff on both their sides. Like I said, all these people rotten. And if I wanted to do the same thing with the Biden and the Trump thing, we can do that. But the point is, Trump is the only reason why he would be a little better than Biden is because he has a loyalty to, you know, the idea of America. And he, you know, actually probably would, you know what you're going to get for the most part. But he's still a thief. And that's the truth. Yeah. He's still a thief. He's still, you know, he's done stuff that's not good. So, I mean, so that's all I'm saying. It's like that to me, the you know, just the is the problem. To me, it's the problem of the people. Is you got all of these corrupt individuals. You know, a lot of people are corrupt. A lot of us, because we're like, oh, we're gonna bomb Iraq because of the oil. Remember that? I don't know if you remember the Iraq war and stuff. People was like, they only going to take the oil. And people was like,
and enrich themselves with government contracts.
And we was like, I heard people talking about, well, the gas is too high. Huh? But see, we went for that. People knew, oh, it was just for oil. They didn't do it September 11. People knew that. But
some people still deny it.
No, I'm talking about average people. People. No, the average people.
I'm talking about average people too. They still deny it. They still don't see it.
Nah, they ain't seen that. They just lying now. That ain't no average person now. If you think of something else, you crazy.
It's willful.
Yes, we got idiots, so I ain't gonna say we ain't got idiots. But I'm saying the average person knew that was just an immoral war, and they used the depleted uranium. You know, not only you beat the leader up, you kill the leader, you destabilize the country, you kill 1 million people, but then you drop depleted uranium on their soil and in their environment, so they're having massive birth defects for generations and generations and generations.
Yes.
Wow. And then you act like you're some humanitarian because you say you disconnect 2 kids that was born connected in the head. Oh, you're doing such a great job, you know, in Iraq. Because you disconnect, you know, out of 10,000 birth defects that you dropped this depleted uranium stuff. So it's like, you know, this is the type, you know, for people to even have depleted uranium, to use that as a weapon, that should be illegal. You can kill people without depleted uranium.
I think according to the UN, it is illegal. They're not supposed to be using that.
They're using that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Loud and proud. And people go for it. Oh, yeah, pretty uranium. They deserve it. Wait a minute. See, because to me, I don't understand the mentality behind even making something like that. First of all, a bullet's going to kill whoever in the way. A bomb's going to kill them. So they're going to die. Them people going to die. But you're going to use this stuff that is going to kill everything for generations and mess up the birth defects. Why are you doing that? Like, what's the mentality behind that?
I think that would call for an interview of Bill Gates for us to, if we could get him to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what the mentality behind that is. The people dead. So
satanic.
This is just some kids that's being born after the whole war is over. And they got to sit up here with birth defects, getting, cleft lips and all this stuff, the arms just messed all up because
Look,
of this
man.
stuff.
I mean, have you seen Die Suddenly?
Yeah, I've seen those little websites. Yeah.
The image where they showed the child born with no nose.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not a place in hell hot enough for the people that did that.
I don't understand that. I
Man,
I still don't understand that. And Mark, what's the name? The Davis dude, he's sitting up here defending it. I'm like, even you gonna defend you defend that? That there is no, you done killed whoever was, is your enemy of whatever. You done shot them up, blew them up. But
man, you
now
talking
you
about
got
somebody who's an orphan maker.
yeah,
He
they
was in the
just
military. He ain't have a problem killing whatever's moving.
oh yeah. I mean, that's what they train them to do. That's not, but not my thing is why are you leaving this poison for the future generations? That's what I can't understand. The war is won, you know.
Well, look, I'll tell you like this lady in my neighborhood told me during our annexation battle, and we're on opposite sides of it. I told her, you don't care that the property that you work all these years to purchase, that when you leave it to your children, you're making it harder for them to keep. Here are her words. Here's her answer to what I said. They can sell it. I'll be dead. They don't care, man. They
Yeah,
don't
I heard
care.
one dude. I got one dude that I was working with. I ain't leaving my kids nothing. I had to get it. They got to get it too. I'm like, damn, yeah. This is
And you serious?
That's what this man. He's telling me like he all proud.
Insane.
Okay. But this is the mentality. But see, that's all I'm saying. Like that is to me more dangerous than all of this other stuff. That's why I like to try to focus on. I try to focus on those type of things because those are the kind of things that actually we can actually make people think a little bit more about because it's like,
How?
No, just by having a conversation. Those like that right there, just for example, with the insurance thing. This guy saying he's not gonna have no life insurance because he ain't leaving his kids nothing because he had to work for it. That kind of you can talk about that kind of subject. And a person would actually think about that and say, you know what? That is kind of selfish and stupid. I'm going to change that. You can actually have a conversation and change people's minds on something like that because that's a decision that's made at their point of sale. But, with Biden and with all that, and we can talk about that blue in the face and them people ain't going to change on that. That's not going to change. That's not going to change the thinking of Patillo. And you can talk these blue in the face about to Rashard Richey and, whoever else, Roland Martin, these type of people. They are set.
But when it comes to speaking to them, it's all about exposing them. When it comes to making comments on their pages, it's all about exposing them and hoping that who the people that are in their groups that they come out of the dark, not so much to say things to those two individuals, but just make themselves known. And I give you a prime example. Thursday, Robert Patillo sat in for Rashard Richey. And he immediately came out the door of the program, raising the LGBTQ flag and everything going that way. And, he was down in people who, walked away from the lifestyle and everything else and, was calling them liars you know, it was absolutely disgusting what was happening. So I posted on Rashad's page and Patillo's page uh, uh, a post from a young lady named Abriel Wright.
Mhm.
She is a
Oh yeah, I know.
former,
That's the one that she transitioned back.
I mean, she never
Well, I
transitioned
would say
means
like that.
something different.
She was dressing like a butch, and then she kind of,
Yeah,
started getting my right, and she basically, embraced her
yes.
femininity.
Yeah, she's an evangelist now. She's, all about the word. 26 people and counting are liking and loving this. And those are the people I'm talking about, that they have to come forward and not so much say anything, but by them showing the support,
Right,
not for me, not even really for Abby, but more of what happened in her life,
right.
to
Everybody
show
knows.
these clowns who think they can just push this on people and it ain't no pushback, that, oh, there is, just because you don't hear it from every caller that calls in
Hey,
or
look,
every
look
call
at
you
this
run
here.
from.
Look at
Go ahead.
this right quick. Yeah, because really the most frequent talkers on those pages, the most frequent talkers are there in the tank for that Democrat stuff. And just
Hmm.
yeah, the people who say stuff because they feel safe talking real loud and proud because they know their views are going to be supported. But a lot of the people, they just like you said, they're just looking at the comments, and crazy people like us, we sit up there, we'll go against the grain and get cussed out, and a lot of
Called
people
all
don't.
kind of names.
Yeah,
You're
a lot of
you're
people don't.
uh you're an immediate Republican or a coon the minute you don't pull the same direction they are, even though the
Oh,
direction they're pulling is going off a cliff.
right.
But
Can you
but you
see
the
this
fool. But you the
screen?
fool for not going with them.
Hey, can you see this on screen?
Yeah.
Now look at this. Now this is what I wanted to put. Now This is just the immigrant thing. I wanted to show this earlier, but I'll show it now. But this is what happens when you don't force people, when you let people in the country and you don't force them to go through your what do you call your program of what is it called?
Seeking
Basically,
asylum.
yeah, it's a program that they learn about the culture of the United States. They learn about this and certain stuff. So these people that came here. This is on 82nd Street, Jackson Heights, Queens, New York. So the person, they put the street vendor. This is what's happening.
Oh my goodness. I mean, okay, I can't make out what that
They
is.
rats. She
Wow.
cooking rats.
Gosh.
She cooking rats.
Nice.
Remember in Demolition Man?
Yeah.
You remember that when they had to go underground?
Yeah, because on the surface was nothing but Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell, and it was all pristine and clean and no caffeine. All of these special good people, and then
No
underground,
cursing.
guess who was cooking rat and burgers?
Wow.
Yeah, El Rata.
I'll be
You're making
hungry.
this thing true, man.
I'll just be hungry. I'm good. I'm good
No,
with
but I'm
starving to
saying that's
death.
what I'm saying. But this is because that she doing what she would do in her country. What's a rat? Just catch them and cook them and
And
sell
grill
them,
them.
make money.
and,
Why
and,
wouldn't
and got it on rotisserie and just turn it.
right? She not hiding that. That's proud and that's what you do. Because she's not acculturated. She's not about to sit up there and wait for and be starving. She's gonna cook these rats and you could come buy them.
Yeah. I'm good with being emaciated
But
and
the man
everything
is like,
else.
man, oh
Hey,
man.
hey, what the words say, Mike? Man does not live by bread alone, but
Right.
by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of
You
God.
done caught
So,
these rats. And
hey,
there you go.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
New
which is
York rat.
why
She done stuck a
tough.
skewer right up their butt and start roasting their butts right through the mouth. Got the face and head and everything.
No
Just
seasoning, nothing. She probably didn't even skin them.
well, I don't know. She took the hair off of them. Maybe that they got a technique, you know.
Wow. And some of those people
Look, she
that's
just
laying
proud.
on,
Look at how proud they are, though.
yeah, all
Nah,
those
bro.
people that, all those quote migrants that are laying on the sidewalk can walk right over there and get fed.
Exactly.
They can have all that.
See,
Good Lord.
that's what we. I mean, you know, that's what's up. That's why I said this ain't gonna change. It's here. I don't know. People be talking about, oh, the country's gonna break down. It's gonna. Y'all thinking Mad Max.
No.
It's happening. Just that when the system is breaking down when it can't maintain the ideal conditions. That's how you know it's breaking down. Like if it was a storm, you know, their response to the storm, it shows you their system's breaking down. They can't
Uh,
protect the borders. They gotta bring in other people, you know, to replace
and
the
look,
labor. It's a broken
you
down
have
system.
to add to that when they do things intentionally.
Yeah, that's
Maui.
my point. That's what it is. They're
Well,
intentionally doing this because the way that they want it can't happen. So they gotta take alternative. That's what Biden was telling you. He said the country is doomed because we ain't having babies. Why? Because you're weird, you're queer, and you're coming for people's children and stuff. So
and we got abortion on demand for you.
now that's what and they pushing that. Now they don't
Yeah.
want they want to push abortion, but their kids they're not having kids. If they don't want to make the choice, because see what I'm saying? See, that's the point. They want something that can't happen, but they're trying to have it both ways. See, they want us to accept abortion. That's what it is. They're trying to get rid of the black folks. That's why they ship those Haitians right away. They ship
Oh
them
yeah,
right out
gotta go.
right away. That shows you that they ain't trying to get all immigrants. You guys are going to have to start working with Hispanics because white Europeans.
Because there's
So
more
you
of
guys
them than y'all.
working with white Hispanics, basically. So that's what that's what they want. They're telling you. And a lot of folks just ain't getting it.
Yeah.
They're not getting it. They're not
I mean,
seeing. But the good part about it, though, I would say is this: it gives us a chance to take independent steps. The opportunities that our people have is we can get in situations where we can't. Because right now, I was looking at how they was taking away lands from these Gullah Geechee in South Carolina and all that stuff, and how they were, just changing up the rules. Just like I was saying earlier, they were changing up the rules so that they could just buy out the Gullah Geechees and move them off that land so that they can take over those islands and stuff for their pleasures and hang
Man,
out on.
they're trying to do the same thing to an island here in Georgia.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's
That's the whole. Yeah.
Number of black people on it. They don't have a Walmart. They don't have a whole bunch of stuff. But whatever they got is working for them. But nope, it's time for y'all to go.
Right, because you notice they love going where black folks at. Like y'all are already here. We want to get that because it just makes them feel better to be able to move you off of there.
No different. Look, no different than American Beach. An event that we were privy to find out about called Night Sanders, met twice a year. at American Beach, the only beach black people could go to back in the
Oh,
day. And the local municipality has taken that. And now you can't camp on the beach anymore. And they said, oh, well, it's because of homeless and all this. But when we come down there twice a year now, camp out, everybody cleans their campsite, is pristine. We put the trash where it goes so they can all pick it up in one spot. That wasn't good enough.
you
Leave.
see,
And the reason they gave us, they said homelessness, and this is where the turtles come in to drop their eggs. Meanwhile, storms come and take out the dunes all the time, but we can't be there.
Yeah, because they rather those turtles than you.
Yeah.
See, if we don't get this thing, you gotta start thinking like other groups think. That's what I'm saying. We thinking too American, trying to integrate stuff and trying to bring all this whole stuff in when everybody else is like, how can we maximize the benefits for our group? And they don't feel bad doing it either. See, we feel bad. Oh, we can't, these are good people. Well, yeah, they probably a lot of good people. See, that's what I'm saying. We be getting all caught up in that. It's good people everywhere. Every group has good people. But but the thing is, when you are trying to mix in with all these good people from other groups, they're gonna stay with their group. You see, and they're gonna maximize the benefit for their particular group. And then your particular group is going to stay weak and always be in a pushover. So that's why I say what I say. I'm like,
I give you that. I give you that. Either we feel bad, but let's not leave out the other side. The people in our group who were trying to guilt trip you into doing what will not help the group.
Yeah, but a lot of times, and I'm gonna give them a little benefit, but there's some people you can tell straight up that they're just nefarious. So I'm not talking about those straight up nefarious, but there's a lot of our people who legitimately, I know this for a fact, like my grandmother. I mean, there's a lot of our people who legitimately feel that it's wrong to look out for to have that loyalty to your particular group thing, because we legitimately feel like race is just a made up social construct, and if we just ignore it, then everything will be fine. See, the thing is, it's easy for us to ignore race, like black folks. It's easy for us. As soon as if everybody said, okay, we're gonna stop doing this race thing, and we would be happy, we'd be cool with that. I would be cool with it. But see, the thing is, it works for everybody else. So they're not going to do it. We the only ones that want to try. Okay, we're going to do ours first. We're going to drop our race. It's like everybody got guns pointed at each other. And they'd be like, okay, drop yours. We're going to drop them all at the same time. All the guns at the same time. Everybody else keep their guns.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. And we the ones getting shot,
That's
getting pushed
exactly.
over, getting jailed, getting treated like crap everywhere we go, even in places where we dominate numerically. And the thing is, we can't hold nobody accountable because we done dropped our gun. And we don't even we feel bad because how are we gonna get world peace, and how are we gonna get rid of race if we're doing the same thing as them? Dude, this is how it goes. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. Okay, it's just like what they say, it takes war to stop war. It takes some of this stuff it takes in order to be, because you got to have control first. You got to take control before you can start instituting rules. Otherwise, you just the one. That's the problem. And so that's why I said, like, when I say, you know, like if you notice what I treat everybody nice. I guarantee you, people, like, dude, I do not hate nobody, but I understand, like, as far as a loyalty, it's got to be to the black group, number one. Now, that doesn't mean I'm just gonna let a turncoat traitor and a dang on nincompoop just because they black, you know what I'm saying, just have their way, like, you know what I'm saying, that ain't this case. But what I'm saying is there's going to be a pathway for, you know, change, and for, you know, it's just like you just basically you're just doing the agenda, you're helping yourself, but you're not dependent on other groups like that. You're, you know, like I always want to make sure that we, you know, are considering what's going to happen. Okay, how is this going to affect our group? See, that's how you actually stay. See, that's actually how you minimize on these type of people, like you said, Patillo, Rashard Richey, and all these other people, because a lot of times they end up selling out with a lot. I ain't gonna lie, I truly believe this. I truly believe a lot of these people, they start off probably like maybe when they're younger, they're thinking like just like Clarence Thomas. You know, yeah, a lot of people don't like Clarence Thomas. But I looked at some of his history. You know, he was hanging with the Black Panthers, and he was a little bit a radical when he was younger. But what ends up happening is they believe that they kind of going to be radical and going to be for the people. But the system kind of, you know, as they're just working and going through what they're going through, they end up just aligning themselves with stuff that's not in the interest. And then when the people call them out on it, they were like, you know, they feel offended, because they're like, do you know what I used to do when I was younger? I probably did more than you. You don't have the right to talk to me. You know, they probably believe that I've educated myself. I've helped Black people do this, and I've helped do that. And, you know, so they, you know, that's kind of how they get taken. That's how they get turned into a sellout, you know. And, you know, people just like, even, you know, Jason Whitlock, right?
Yes,
people
sir.
call him a sellout, but I don't think he thinks he's a sellout. I think he believes that he's just holding people accountable and being fair. And he's a and
I
Jason
mean, in
Whitlock.
some instances, look, in some instances, yeah, but don't ask him about reparations. As far as he's concerned, nah, that we got that when we got our freedom.
Okay.
That's his position.
Right, and
It's just lunacy.
and I guarantee you that's because he don't believe it's gonna happen. I know this because there's a lot of people that have said, I don't want no reparations. I remember when the reparations stuff was really kicking off in California, like they didn't, you know, people who don't keep up on the political stuff, they didn't know that it was happening. They were like, man, I don't want no reparations. And then when they realized that it was actually being discussed officially, and it was actual meetings being held, and they were like, damn, this really could happen. Then they started changing their tune.
Like, oh, we might get it.
Like, this could actually, I keep saying that I don't want it, but they're talking about money, 300,000 each. How I'm gonna feel if that stuff start getting off, and I'm actually qualified to accept that, but I'm sitting up here saying that ain't gonna happen. I don't want it.
Yeah,
So
well,
a lot
as
of
long
times,
as we,
I ain't saying that's the Jason Whitlock's issue, but a lot of times these people believe so tough that nothing can ever come of good to Black people. And so they are going to hedge their bets on opposing the best scenario for Black folks. They just can't believe that it'll happen. So they're always going to stay on the side of the people who they feel that's paying them. So that's how they're looking at it. So that's what a sellout is, though. That's the same thing Roland Martin do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why he keep getting them checks from the Democrats.
Exactly. But the thing is though, the Democrats though are actually even as white Democrats, they're actually a sellout to the United States. So they're like what let's say what Roland is and Jason Whitlock maybe to maybe the black people in the United States. The Democrats are literally selling out the United States to foreign powers and to rich foreign nationals and stuff. So
And
they
that's
are
why I
actually
said,
selling to Ukraine and to Israel and stuff. So
and look, and that's why I said what they have done to us as a
yeah,
people, they're
yep.
doing to the country as a whole, and really the world.
Exactly, because that's the same pattern. They got to keep doing it, and that's the reason why I said it's going to collapse because that they don't know no other way to acquire wealth. They don't know how to. It's stupid to do it the good way, the right way, and to work for it and to treat people fairly and all that kind of stuff. They feel that that's stupid. So. Yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is, man. But
Hey, look, it looked like they was just practicing on us, and now they, ready to go live on everybody else.
well, I mean, it's that's I think that's what the word that's kind of how the word is and how it's like this is the reason why you keep the law is because you're going true enough you can lie and get a little benefit here and there or you can steal and maybe you won't die right away, but eventually you can't keep doing that because you're going to grow just like it says that old snake in Genesis turned into a dragon in Revelation. It's like your evil is going to grow until it can't be contained no more and it's just going to collapse on itself because just there's a limit. And that's
Oh,
just
no
how it
doubt,
is.
and they rushing to that limit. That's why
Mhm.
that's why they gave Ukraine $120 billion.
Exactly. And they're gonna keep doing that. And think this is the reason why that's
But
why I said like the good thing, that's why I always try to put the answer though too, because I don't want to just say negative because I know I get criticized for that. But the point is the pathway out for our people is to stop thinking in that terms because the land is still gonna be here. And the people and the systems are still excuse me, the land is going to still be here, the water is going to still be here, but what's going to happen is the systematic breakdown of the protections is what's going to kind of diminish. It's just like the border. They can't protect the border no more, really. They not in the justice system as far as the economy, they're not going to be able to maintain that. So those are the systems that's going to break down the food, that kind of stuff.
But you know what? When we had an opportunity to protect ourselves, we have to seize that.
Well,
Because what happened? Check it out. What happened in Jacksonville? It didn't have to go down like that. They had the right to carry down there.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do?
It's not just with guns too, because really the guns is important. But the thing is, the most important.
Look, it's not just with guns, but that was a reason to be carrying, and the law down there allows you that option. Those people in that dollar store should have handled business when dude walked in there.
Well,
even if they miss, and he still got them, go down fighting.
Well, I'll say it like this. That's always there. And then remember the Tops store. The white supremacists came in there.
Absolutely.
The brother had the gun and he was shooting. He still got killed. So, guns are,
he went down. Hey, shouts out to him. He went down fighting.
Well, yeah, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. But only thing I'm saying is that as far as the best protections that we're going to systematic protections the way that we really need to have it so we can really maintain the thing over generations, that's going to come with, first of all, our people starting, more of us having the mentality of, loyalty to the group of trying to develop our own peoples. And also it's going to come in, for example, schools and a lot of us already stay in groups, but the people around us have to have the correct mentality to understand that, we are all connected. We're not, our fates are connected. We should help each other. Our kids should play together. We should, if we could do business together and we can work it out. Those day-to-day, the stuff, our stuff, we sound so simple, but those day-to-day things that produce, community feelings among each other and closeness. That way you don't have to, for example, like if somebody's, you working with your homie that you grew up with, that who got your back, if something happens to him, I don't have to say, hey, let's get together. You're like, oh, something's happened to him. You automatically move. You just move because you already have a sense of community. You see what I'm saying? That's how that needs to roll. That's what happened in the 60s when they seen, Emmett Till, get messed up. The people responded because we had that sense of community, that sense of connection. You don't have to teach it. You see what I'm saying? And, but right now, that's the reason why the enemy, sows this seeds of hatred and division amongst us all. Or don't trust no other black person or all that kind of stuff. Is because now when something happens to you all, each one, there's not that many people who's willing to respond.
Yeah, y'all separate.
Easier for them. You see, that's harder. That's a harder target because now that, if I mess with this black person, now I got to worry about all of this response here. And that's the reason why that Montgomery thing was kind of significant. Is they're like, oh, we don't want this to be no trend because, that's how you really protect your community. Is you when in good times you create the sense of community. You see, and that's what's going, because numbers, the guns, that's you protecting yourself, and that's fine, and a lot of times people could, like, you never know. In Jacksonville, there's probably some people that had a gun, like, I ain't getting involved. You never know. It's because they didn't have.
So, I mean, true, but I tell you what, if he come.
Oh, say that last part again. I didn't hear it because you cutting in and out. We about to go off anyway. No, you still cutting in and out. I hear you trying to talk. Okay, you could, like, if you see, when you look at your screen and you see, like, when you try to talk and you can see the sound around the picture. That's how you know I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, there you
Is
go.
that better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so no, what I was saying was, I mean, it could have been someone there with a gun. They chose not to be involved, but for the victims, if you came down, you're out, and you didn't have one, well, we know how that turned out, and it could turn out that anyway. But at least give it what you got and just not go down.
Right, and I agree with that. Like I said, I agree with that. But I mean, that's
but we have people out here who, oh no, we need to get rid of guns. Like, dude, like you said earlier, just because you get rid of yours don't mean they getting rid of theirs. And you the fool if you get rid of yours. I mean, it's no.
Right, that's true.
They want you to believe that every white person wants you dead, and that could be true. It could not be true. But what you need to do is protect yourself.
Right. Every white person don't want you dead. Every black person don't want you alive. So that, but the issue,
Ice
though,
cold.
yeah, the issue is where we want to push our trends to, because you got to trend towards a certain direction. It's just like a big old ship. You ain't gonna get it to turn on no dime.
Oh
It's
no.
like, okay, but you got to still put your effort towards a certain conclusion. And what you would rather have is, you know, you will want your group of people to kind of be tighter. I'll say it that way. That would be an easier goal. You know, especially your family, especially your, you know, so of course you start with yourself, your close family, and you know the people that you see daily. You would like to have it where, you know, I mean, the people in your neighborhood, you know, can play. Your kids can play. You know, that's more protection. That is way more protection. It's just like these women that get a gun. They would think they could replace the man with a gun. A gun is just a gun. And that's the thing too. Like, now I ain't saying no, you know, you want to have the gun, but we got to understand the limits of the gun. The gun is just a thing. It's just sitting there.
A tool. Yep.
Right. The biggest protection, like these women think that they can get a gun instead of a man to protect them. Our man is going to protect a woman way more effectively than a gun.
Well, Brickface should have had her gun.
No, I'm saying like this. No,
I mean, I get you. I'm just mocking her for what she said about what she wanted and what now may end up being a complete hoax.
You think Fanny got a gun on her?
No, but she got some cops close to her with one.
See, that's my point. She got men with guns.
She can call
people looking out for her. They guard her house.
Yeah, they looking out for her because they being paid to.
Yeah, some of them probably like. I'm sure she got some man for real. I think she got a man, right?
Yeah, well, she had big nuts. He's gone. YSL Mondo, who knows? Maybe we'll see him on the stand talking. But what he's saying in the streets, that she ain't just auntie. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. So, yeah, but my point is, like, the guns, you know, it's really people. We got to start valuing each other. You know, that's why, you know, I value my people. And that's, you know, that's the reason why even that's why you be having trouble with me a little bit on certain folks. You'd be like, oh, no, not Patillo, not this one, not that one. I'm like, and I understand what you're saying, and I agree because they enemies as far as their behavior. But I'm like, you know, it's still, you have to have that sliver there. It's not enough to where they can hurt you and infiltrate. Okay, you don't be stupid, but it's like, okay, that it's almost like you said, that prodigal son thing. It's like, if they take these steps, you know, we gotta ignore. You know, I would love to see them take steps, the proper steps. I said that way. Now they may never take those steps ever, period. But you know, that's just a hope. It's like basically like, you know, some people hope that, you know, they hope that America would change and start treating black folks equal rights and all that stuff. Well, I hope that the black folks who are undermining their own community, I would like to hope that they would change their ways. Now they may never do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have that in my heart. You know what I'm saying? That's how I say it. That's probably.
Oh yeah, man. Look, I'm right there with you. At the same time, we gotta, you know, we know a tree by the fruit it bears, exactly. And you know, we can hold that hope and that the fruit is a apple and not a pine cone. we gonna keep our eye on it and see what sprouts.
Right, and that's all I'm saying with people like that. I mean, I don't hate them, but at
Yeah,
the same
me neither. But I've been told that I do hate, the people we mentioned and some others, and I'm quick to tell them, man, I don't hate them. They're not important enough for me to hate them. That's a strong emotion.
yeah,
To hate someone.
I mean, to me, I feel that they're important people, but they're not. They're just not in their right mind. See, I look at them as the same way as anybody who is. See,
Demented.
all right. Like I said, this is my final thing. I'm about to get on off it because we got to go anyway. But I'm saying like
good.
this is my perspective on this. All of our people, we are in a system that has spent a vast amount of resources confusing us, confusing our parents, confusing our grandparents. So it's not you. Some people if we believe that we are not confused, let's say I think I'm not as confused as other people. Okay, let's say I believe that I'm not as confused, but that other person has the right to believe that they're not confused. Now, so I'm going to give them some benefit, but now I know that everything that they do, certain things that they do, they're doing so much that's undermining the best, the best for the group. So I'm pretty, confident in my position. But at the same time, I just feel like, these other people, I got to give them that space to believe the way they believe until, God put something in their life to see fit for them to actually change their views. Because I mean,
and look, and he may not.
You
know what he did to Pharaoh.
Right. Right at the end.
Their heart, their heart.
Right at the end, they might say, "Oh, damn!" Right at the very end.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hello.
So that's how that goes. That's the reason why I'm like, okay, if Rashard Ritchie's got a good story going on, and I'm gonna give him credit.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So anyway, way, man, we're about to get it off. Go ahead and make your final statement. What you want the people to think about on the passing.
Say it again.
Well, go ahead and make your final statement because we about to shut it down. Yeah, because we got it. We gave them enough today.
Oh man. Where to start? Man, getting that word. Believe what's in them pages, because nothing else is holding this together. Because, bro, it's unraveling right before us, and keep your eyes open and don't fall for the okie doke. Right. That's all I got to say.
What goes around comes around, and like I said, we're going to survive as a group of people, but the people who invest all their marbles in this system, man, I don't know. It can't survive in this way. No way.
Oh no.
No way.
No.
But that's it, y'all. Peace out. I'm out. All right, y'all. All right, peace out, everybody.
Later.